Elon Musk just released Grok 3, and it just might be the most powerful AI yet. But there's one question that remains. Can it actually help you make money online? Because many people are claiming it's superior to all the others, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, even the new breakthrough Chinese AI DeepSeek. That's right, DeepSeek. That was already a game-changing AI that just came out and dominated the entire AI space that was just a couple of weeks ago. And it might already be dethroned by the brand new Grok 3. So the AI arms race, it's heating up, and people who move fast are the ones that are going to crush it and cash in big time. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what can Grok 3 do for you, what is the insane potential that it has for wealth that it can unlock, and how do you use it to start making money today? Because trust me, in 6 months, you're either going to be ahead of the curve or you're going to be kicking yourself for missing out on this. And when you stick around to the end, I'm going to be pitting it head to head. So we're going to cover Grok 3. We'll talk about how you can use it to make money. But most importantly, you're going to want to see when we pit it against all the other giants, ChatGPT, Gemini's deep research, DeepSeek, and all of the others, you're going to see which of these AIs actually wins when it comes to helping you make money. So are you ready? Then let's dive in. Now, like many of my videos, this video has an accompanying slide deck with all of our show notes, information, resources, links, and a special prompt, which you'll hear more about later. And you can download it. It's totally free. All you need to do is be an Ingeniosity subscriber. It's a free newsletter we send out every Friday. So I'll drop a link to that down in the comments or in the description below so that you can go sign up for Ingeniosity and you'll be able to download this slide deck and keep it for your own. So you'll have all the prompts, all the training, everything you need. It'll be downloadable, totally free. So check that out. Link in the description or in the comments below. And of course, this video is all about pitting the giants against each other. So we're going to have the ultimate AI cage match, and we're going to show you which of these giants can help you make the most profits. So let's start out with Grok 3 and what makes it so special. So I don't know if you've heard the news. Elon spent a fortune. He has an insane number of AI chips that he has purchased. He set up a supercomputer and built this new AI to beat all of the others. And one of the other things that makes Grok really interesting is Elon doesn't want to censor it like many of the other platforms do. So when it comes to censorship, you might find that the Google Gemini will not talk about certain things, or it won't use certain strategies while you're trying to work with it. The same with OpenAI. And then, of course, DeepSeek over in China has its own issues with censorship. So with Grok, that means it is uncensored, and you can do a lot more with it that other models won't let you do. In fact, I have had some of the other models refuse to write sales letters for me and other things that I needed them to do because of their censorship rules, okay? So this means that you can make more money with Grok because it's going to have a better time understanding what you're trying to do, and more importantly, complying with the requests that you make of these AI. So the other thing is, this is also built into X, so formerly Twitter. So it has the constant stream of tweets is in its memory. So it has recent information. It's continuously being updated with the cutting edge information about the news that people are talking about, trends, changes in culture, changes in just about anything. It's almost in real time with the changes going on in the world. So that's another one with this enormous library of data that it is consuming through the X platform and all the tweets that everyone is sending, okay? So by the way, you don't want to stick around. I'm going to show you the differences. So you'll see for yourself what these differences are between these tools and why Grok just might be the one you should be using, okay? Because Grok 3 is the smartest AI. So there is this benchmark that there's these benchmarks that they do to measure the AI performance and to see which one is better than each other for all kinds of different tasks. They'll test it on coding, they'll test it on math, logic and reasoning. They'll test it on how well it writes and does creative writing, and they'll put it all head to head. And here's an example, as you can see up there. We have first the reasoning testing, and you can see Grok 3, which was the blue one. Okay, Grok 3 are the blue graphs, is completely beating all of the others. So you can see we have DeepSeek, we have Gemini, and we have ChatGPT, both ChatGPT o1 and what's called o3 mini. And head to head against all of them, Grok is currently blowing them all out of the water. But a more important one that's kind of interesting is what's called Chatbot Arena. So with this graph here, you can see each one of these represents a different model. And you can see on the bottom axis here, the one on the left, this one up here, this sort of teal bluish color. I'm colorblind, so hopefully that's the right color. But this one at the top, that is Grok 3. And you'll notice all of these others here. So we have from here, we have Gemini o2 Flash, ChatGPT 4.0, that's the latest 4.0, DeepSeek R1, that's the one everyone was all hyped up about just a week ago. And then we have different versions of Gemini, different versions of ChatGPT. Here's another model that's been very popular called Qwen. It's another Chinese model. And as you can see, it is blowing them all out of the water. But what's important here, I want to talk about, is that this chatbot arena, this is based on real human ratings. So what they do is they'll put real humans and they'll have them chat with all of these different models. And they don't tell the humans which models they're chatting with. And then they put them through a series of tests, and they test them out doing all kinds of different stuff with the model. And the humans, it's like a blind test, will rate the quality of the output coming out of the AI. So this is not like some of the other tests. They're a bit, theoretical. This one is real world testing from real humans rating the different AIs, and Grok really blows them all out of the water. Which, by the way, I want to know right now, as of this moment, what is your favorite AI to use? So, if you're going to watch this, you're probably going to go start trying out Grok 3 a little bit after you watch this video. But what are you using right now? What's your favorite AI to use? Drop that in the comments down below. Do me a favor and just let me know if you've been using AI for anything at all. Which one do you like? And there's a lot of choices from ChatGPT. We haven't talked about it much today, but Anthropic has one called Claude. Google Gemini, you got DeepSeek, you have Qwen, which is the other Chinese model. There's a lot to choose from. Then you got Perplexity is another one that a lot of people like. What is your favorite AI right now? And if you're not using one, I'd love to hear that too. You could just let me know in the comments below, even if you're not using an AI, let me know which one you're using or if you're not using one at all. And we'll get back to the presentation here. Okay, so Grok 3 has a built-in agent. So if you've not heard about AI agents, they're essentially like little assistants that can do stuff for you. They're AI assistants that do stuff for you. That's the simple definition of it. And Grok has one called Deep Search, okay? It's kind of like OpenAI. OpenAI has a very expensive thing that is called Deep Research. I think it's $200 a month, at least at the time of recording this. But Grok has it baked right in. So you can see there in the screenshot over there where you could turn it on there where it says Deep Search. So that's another great benefit of Grok, okay? So we're going to be testing Deep Search out in just a few minutes, by the way. So stick around. You can see how that works. So how do you get Grok 3 and how do you use it? So Grok 3 right now is available for all X premium users. So like for me, I pay the $16 or $18 a month, whatever it is, to have my little blue check mark and access to the premium features on X. I pay for that, so I get Grok. It's just an extra free bonus. So it's a real good excuse to go sign up to Elon's premium service and put up the, again, I think it's $16 at the time of this video. I don't remember, but it's cheap. So that will unlock it for you. And it actually is built into X once you have unlocked premium. But also the other thing is Grok has its own new user interface. So much like ChatGPT, they have an interface that we'll show you in just a minute where you can also use Grok outside of Twitter or X, okay? So quick little roundup. There's a lot of buzz going on. So there are people just absolutely freaking out about Grok's ability to write code, to do logic, to do research, to do creative writing. And you can see here's an influencer in the AI world. Grok 3 might be the best LLM for real world physics, where it can actually write code that simulates a bouncing ball. That's their little thing here. Lex Friedman said, my mind is blown. Very impressive model. Congrats to Elon. So got thumbs up from Lex Friedman. And so what we're going to do is a test. So let's do this. I'm going to bring producer Nick, our channel's very own producer Nick. Let's see if we can bring him on. We'll switch up our layout here. We'll go there. Hey. And so I want to bring you in for this because you were involved with this testing of hitting Grok 3 head-to-head against these other models. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I came up with this, it's a monster prompt. If you want to scroll down and show the prompt real quick, I gave the exact same prompt to ChatGPT 4.0, Gemini, DeepSeek, and Grok. And what it's doing two things. The first thing is it's looking at a specific market. I chose the weight loss market, but it's looking at a market and I asked it to find 100 pain points, desires, goals, and fears that market might have. The second stage is I'm asking it to come up with 20 digital product ideas based on those goals, fears, and pain points. And I got different results for each one. It's pretty interesting. For Gemini, ChatGPT, and Grok, I turned on all their deep research tools. So Gemini has their deep research, ChatGPT has their deep research, and then in Grok, it's just called deep search. So that was enabled for all of them. And it was pretty interesting to see what they came up with.
Cool. So then what we're going to do is we're going to show the results of doing this because this is a great example of a money-making prompt. So anyone who wants to start a brand new business, you need to do research to help you zero in and pick your niche market and figure out what you can sell. So that's like one of the very first things you need to do in order to launch an online business. And so that's what this prompt does. It helps you do that research. And again, I want to remind everyone that this is free. You can get this deck and download the prompt. So it's a very long prompt. So don't try to like pause the video and try to figure out how to copy it down. It's free. You just got to pop in your email and become part of our Ingeniosity newsletter. And we'll email you a link to our library of decks like this. We have a whole bunch of them, and this one will be in there. So it's free. Again, link to that is in the description and in the comments below. But so at this point, should we share your screen and pull up some of the results of using this prompt?
Yeah. Do you want to start with ChatGPT and then we'll do Grok as the final one?
Yeah, let's do that. We'll count it down from ChatGPT and yeah, I love that. Let's do that.
Okay, so we'll start off with ChatGPT. Here's the big monster prompt. It likes to ask questions to do a better job. I was lazy, so I just said refer to the original prompt and just start. So it went and did a deep research session, taking 8 minutes, looked at 18 different sources. You can see what it did here. And here's what it came up with.
It's pretty impressive all in of itself. So again, this is deep research. So this is the one that's available on their pro plan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 minutes. How many sources?
It was 18 sources.
18 sources in 8 minutes. Okay, great. Let's take a look.
Yeah, so here it's starting off with the pain points and the challenges they have. So I don't know if you want to skim and take a look at these.
Okay.
By the way, this is associated with the weight loss market as a reminder.
Okay, that's so weight loss for busy professionals, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. These look good.
I asked it to give me 100, so it's kind of a behemoth of a response. So
yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the pain points. Let's scroll down. If do you want to look at
let's go up to some of the pain points. Let's go up to the pain points. Let me just look at one or two of those.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. And peer pressure. So that's a very real thing. Like peer pressure to go out to lunch or go get coffee and sugary drinks. That's a very real thing. Lack of a support system, professional image. Okay. That's actually okay. These are good. Networking conflicts, loneliness. Yeah. Okay, these are pretty good. Go ahead, let's keep rolling through. Emotional and psychological struggles. I like those. Hey, let's pause for a moment. Guilt and shame. fear of failure, overwhelm, and one more thing. See, this is all really great information. If I were wanting to start a brand new product, whether I was trying to have a supplement or a physical product, or write a book, or create a course, or whatever or maybe I wanted to be an influencer in the market, all of this information is fantastic for helping start a business. But this is ChatGPT. So now I kind of have an idea for what its output. Let's keep going, and then we'll move on to the next. So then we got our digital product ideas for this niche market. So a mobile app, an online course, 4-hour fit week. I like that.
4-hour fit week. That's creative.
Desk job diet decoder for an ebook. Okay. Meal prep in a pinch. That's cool. Accountability accelerator. I like the sound of that, actually. These are good, pretty good.
Yeah.
What do you think? How is ChatGPT rating up so far with deep research? Out there
if you guys
in the comments, I would love to hear that. Yeah, it all looks good. So now let's keep scrolling through. We have a lot to cover, so let's scroll on through.
To Gemini?
Yeah, let's do this prompt and move on to Gemini. And reminder, we're going to be covering, we just did ChatGPT, so we're going to go to Google Gemini, we'll do DeepSeek, and then we're going to come back to Grok at the end, and we're going to show which one is the best for coming up with money-making ideas and content like this. Okay, so here's Gemini.
Yeah, this is using Gemini's deep research. So it went and searched the web to do this, and this is what it came up with.
Okay. This one seems a little bit easier to kind of digest what it came back with. I do notice that compared to ChatGPT. It's a little more condensed, a little easier to understand and digest. Accountability accelerator. It came up with the same name.
That's interesting.
Okay, these are all pretty good all pretty good. I do notice it's much more concise in its output. Definitely didn't come back with as much data. Wow, 110 websites. Is that for that one?
Yeah, as opposed to if we go back to this one, ChatGPT says it looked at how many sources? It says it looked at 18.
And Google looked at 110. Wow.
10.
Okay, so there's a couple of differences we're already seeing between ChatGPT and Google Gemini. So Gemini seems to do a lot more research and kind of boil things down to a more concise format, whereas ChatGPT says a lot more, and it's a little bit harder to digest. There's a lot more choices and information. But okay, cool. Well, let's keep on looking at Gemini. I think that was at the end of the Gemini output.
That was, yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so definitely not as in depth, a bit easier to digest. A lot more research. So let's move on. Let's try DeepSeek now. Okay, so does it indicate how many research sources it used?
No, it actually doesn't.
Okay, cool. Well, then let's just take a look here. This one also is very concise. It's not like super lengthy like ChatGPT was. It summarized them into kind of groups. That's a little different than the other ones did, of similar psychology and pain points and problems. Here are the product ideas. Okay. I like the idea of power lunch nutrition. That's kind of interesting. Boardroom Body Reboot. That's one of my brands. Body Reboot is okay. Get a good sense of that. And what do we got here? Down, keep on going. Some strategic notes. So what is your main takeaway from this one, Nick? What do you notice in DeepSeek compared to the others?
I think so far it does the best job at finding the problems, fears, goals, and pain points.
Mm-hmm.
But in my opinion, ChatGPT did the best job at coming up with the product ideas.
Okay.
And I'm actually not that impressed with Gemini compared to these two, but that's just my personal opinion.
Okay, cool. All right, well, and now we're coming down to the finale. Let's take a look at Grok and let's see what it did.
All right. So here's what it looks like when you enable deep search down here. So I went and did a deep search session where
Does it indicate how many sources it used in its research?
Yes, it's 10 web pages.
10 web pages. Okay, so not as much research. So kind of similar to OpenAI, or to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looked at 10 web pages, and it does a little preface. It kind of prefaces what it did before it gets to what we're looking for. But here's what we're looking for. Part 1, all of the pain points. It grouped them into like 6 or 7 different buckets of like clusters.
Okay. So let's I kind of like some of the ones I'm seeing here.
Which ones?
Well, almost all of these: difficulty scheduling regular exercise sessions, no time or to read and research about what to eat healthy, always eating out, no control over portion size and ingredients, time spent on social media or TV instead of exercise. All of these are really good. Like, I saw a couple in the other ones where I'm like, yeah, they had good ones, but they also had ones that I would never use. But Grok, almost all of them look usable to me.
I also think this came up with the most ideas. So in the prompt, I asked them to come up with 100 pain points. DeepSeek gave me like 40. Gemini didn't listen. It gave me like 10. ChatGPT, I think it did 100, and then this one did more than 100. But yeah, pretty comprehensive.
Okay, cool. I really like that. I like that because this is probably the most important part of this exercise, is really getting those pain points right. And when you can communicate the pain points in a way that resonates with your prospects, so whether that's you weave them through your emails, through your sales copy, through your social media presence, but if you can weave communication to your potential, your web visitors, on social media and your articles everywhere, the more you can use that language that they identify with these pain points and problems, the better you're going to do at sales. The easier it's going to be to attract people to your website, the easier it's going to be to get them to give you money or buy the products you recommend. So I'm a fan of Grok for this part.
Yeah, Grok says it came up with 130 total points. So that's
Wow.
that's the highest amount that out of all the different models, this is the most points.
Oh, it gives you some analysis here, there as well. I like that. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at the digital product ideas. Okay. Weight loss warriors. Deskercise. Is that a thing? I wonder if there's already a brand called Deskercise. That's I like that. Okay, product ideas are okay. There's a couple that stand out to me, but I feel like Gemini might have done a better job at product ideas. What do you think?
Oh, interesting. You think Gemini did a better idea?
Yeah, go back to the product ideas of Gemini.
Okay.
Yeah, personally, it's close, but I kind of like Gemini for product ideas. And then let's go back to Grok. Let's take a look back at Grok. Yeah, there's some good ones here too, though. So, all right, well, let's finish down to the bottom, and then we're going to summarize all of this. And interesting. So there's a list of the resources it used. Gives you some monetization potential. So here's my 2 cents. So I think a little bit of this has to do with the person's preferences. If you're someone who likes to have a lot of information to analyze, then I think ChatGPT's deep research will win there, right? If you're someone who wants a more concise, kind of boiled down approach, then I like Grok for a couple of reasons. One, it's just simpler, but overall, I like Grok because of what it came up with the pain points, the problems, the pain points, and the psychology analysis that it did. I vote for Grok. I think Grok overall is the winner because of that, because that's the most important part of this exercise. And when it comes to money making, that's the most important part of, of anything with your marketing and your sales messaging, is that you must clearly convey to your prospects of what problems you're going to help them solve. You really need to help, you communicate it in a way that helps remind them of the inner turmoil, the pain that they're experiencing and wanting to solve them. And I think Grok beats all the others on this point. What do you think, Nick?
My personal thoughts, because there's two parts to it. On the pain points, uncovering like the psychology behind the market, I think Grok wins hands down, and DeepSeek's kind of a close second place for that.
Okay.
But I honestly wasn't that impressed with the product ideas. I thought some of them were some were good, but most of them are pretty generic in my opinion. I thought ChatGPT did like knocked it out of the park with the product ideas in comparison.
Okay.
But with the pain points, I didn't think it did as good as a job as Grok, in my opinion. That's because Grok is hooked up to Twitter and it has access to real people on Twitter talking about this kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that could be it. But it's really clear to me. And I think that seeing that how it's responding back with these emotional pain points leads me to believe that when it comes to writing copy or writing content, it's going to do a better job of using this information in the materials that you create with it. So I think overall Grok is the winner. So well done, Elon. How many billions I forget how many billions he invested in the data center they built. It was a lot.
I actually don't know. Did you watch the demo, like the big hour-long demo they did?
I watched part of it. It was a long demo, so I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I watched parts of it too.
Okay. But yeah, it's crazy. So his investment seems to be paying off. So Grok is claimed to be the new leader of all the AIs, and it looks like I agree. So I'm in sync with the popular opinion, is that Grok is the leader. So if you are doing research, you're writing copy or doing things where you're trying to persuade your audience or create content for your audience, it looks like Grok is the current leader for that. So I do recommend that if you haven't yet, you should grab that X Premium subscription. It is so inexpensive. It's worth going and at least trying it out and seeing what you think of Grok. So, and by the way, I want to know in the chat, in the comments below this video, who won? So I can go with remember the old epic rap battles of history? Makes me want to do that. Who won? Who's next? So yeah, tell us in the comments what you think based on this output. Who wins the battle? You want us to do any other AIs? We'll do another AI cage match of a different set of tools if you want to vote for. We'll start becoming the epic rap battles of AI. For those of you who have no idea what that reference is, you can go look it up. You can look it up on YouTube, epic rap battles of history. So if you got value from this video, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. The likes really do help feed the YouTube algorithm, or wherever you're seeing this video at. Likes help feed the algorithm so that other people will learn about this content and hopefully be introduced to our channel. And I'd be eternally grateful. Also, by the way, make sure you follow me. I'm on social media everywhere. So whether it's over on Twitter, over on Facebook, Instagram, or on YouTube, give us a follow, a subscription, all that stuff. But more importantly, let me know, did you have an old favorite AI tool? And who is your new favorite? Drop those into the comments down below. Really want to hear what your thoughts are. And again, if you have something else you want us to cover where we'll buy the subscriptions to the different tools and we'll do another AI cage match if you vote for it. So let us know in the comments what you'd like us to do a review, and we'll do another AI cage match based on your requests. And with that, we're signing off. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. You may or may not know, I have an AI tool that's a company called Push Button AI that helps people build course businesses. It builds the whole business, bottom to top. It helps you do the research to pick the niche market, helps you figure out what topics you should write about, what your course should be about, what the lessons should be about. It outlines the lessons. It writes the whole thing. It creates your sales page. It creates your page to get leads to subscribe to your business. It even writes your email sequence. It does audiobooks, video trainings, and a whole lot more. You just answer 2 questions and you hit a button, and it does it all. If you're interested in that, certainly you can book a demo to see it for yourself. You'll see with your own eyes. We're often running webinars and other trainings as well, so I'll drop links to either our webinar or our demos down below so you can check it out and see if it's something for you. But I found that most people get really overwhelmed and frustrated with the technical stuff. So that's why we created Push Button AI. If you're looking for a tool, we'll just do it for you, and it'll just handle the technical stuff. So when it comes to like setting up your web hosting, registering a domain name, setting up your email marketing, we even include a complete, fully functional email marketing platform that you can log into and email all of your customers and subscribers. It's all included. And all of the tech setup is done by the AI. If you want that, then definitely schedule your demo. You can get a demo from us by going to pushbutton.ai/demo. Now, at the time of recording this video, Pushbutton AI is not publicly for sale, but if you book a demo, they'll show you the technology, and if it makes sense, if it's something that can really help you, they'll invite you into our early access program. But what they'll do first is show you the technology. They'll talk about what kind of a course you might want to make. They'll talk about your business plans. They'll help guide you on what the right choices are for creating your first course business. And then if it makes sense, if it's the right tool for you, they'll invite you into the early access program. But check out the demo. It's mind-blowing. Again, that's at pushbutton.ai/demo. That's pushbutton.ai/demo.